Hi viewers, the impact of the war in Ukraine and Russia has resulted in an increase in world food price and a shortage of cooking oil throughout the world, including in Indonesia. But observers believe that the increase in food can actually be prevented since the COVID-19 pandemic. For months, a restaurant in Istanbul, Tarihi Balika, tried to absorb the surging cost of sunflower oil used to fry squid and scallops, but in early April, with oil prices nearly 4 times higher than in 2019, this restaurant was forced to raise menu prices. Things are now even worse. Some old customers saw the food and immediately left the method object.
For the first time this year, we saw customers return after hearing the price of the fish bread traditional Turkish fast food. In previous years, if they saw an increase, they did not comment anything. But this year, they have been allowed to go back to shopping at the market, but they can't even go back.
The war in Ukraine, which supplies nearly half of the world's sunflower oil supply, or over 20% of Russia, has disrupted shipments and sent cooking oil prices soaring. This is the latest impact of the global food supplies from the Russia war and other rising costs that are weighing on households and business today. Inflation soars, the conflict fuels already high food and energy costs and hits the poorest people.
We follow the increase in oil prices, but we do not follow the increase. Why? Because you can. It's hard to resist. People already know that if the prices, no one will buy it. It's sad. Selling is already difficult. It's even more difficult because of the COVID-19 factor. But yes, we are still trying to find it even though it's expensive.
Food supply is at risk as war has disrupted shipments of essential grain from Ukraine and Russia has exacerbated the global fertilizer crisis, which means food is becoming more expensive and in less quantity. Loss of affordable supplies of barley and other grains, the prospect of food shortage and political instability in the Middle East, Africa, and some countries in East Asia, how millions of people depend on subsidies, bread, and chimney.
The cooking oil situation is commensurate with the overall food situation in the world. Prices have soared significantly over the past year, by around 40%, in some cases vegetable oils. And in the case of sunflowers, the item doesn't even exist, even though you really need it because of the Ukraine war. Is it important to note that the trend or price excited before the war started? However, the war has made things worse.
According to the United Nations Agriculture and Food Organization, vegetable.
Are we going to get cooking oil? I don't know. Are we starting trade again with Russia and Ukraine? I don't know. This factor causes great concern for our industry. Fish and chips is a national product of England. That's a family favorite dish. We can lose if we continue like this. This is really scary and I don't know how the potato and fish fry industry can handle this.
But what worries him more than the price increase is when the sunflower is really running out of sunflower oil. The Nazi thinks of selling his truck and using the cash to buy oil to ensure his business can continue to operate.